Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
And welcome into the End of the Bench here on August 6th, 806 day. Here, and you get David Collier, Taylor Beadles, and Lucas White, part 2 of the week. We appreciate you joining us here on 100.7 The Score. We're in the First United Bank studio today talking Texas Tech football. Joey McGuire with another media availability yesterday. We'll talk about rankings for the entirety of college football, courtesy of our friends from CBS Sports, as we continue the talking season part of college football. Unfortunately, we do have 6 practices in the books for the Texas Tech football team, so maybe get some more thoughts from Taylor on that. Happy 806 day. Do you celebrate 806 day?
Sure, I will.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, but yeah, sure.
It seemed, you know what's funny is it seems like last year somebody tried to really make that a thing, and I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know if it's kind of set on the calendar that way, but I don't know that it's the best time to have a celebration like that because everybody's wrapping up vacations. Yeah, you're getting ready for, a lot of people are obviously starting high school football practice or, gearing up for football. But I guess the perfect person to have a birthday today, Joey McGuire. Happy birthday to Coach McGuire. I had a buddy who did his best to try to make 806 day a thing like 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, they had a little mini concert and everything.
I was going to say there was like an 806 fest going around.
Yeah, and that happened last year. I don't know if it's happening this year, but kudos to those that try to celebrate. We can celebrate the 806. I guess it stretches more than Lubbock, Texas. Obviously, it goes up to the Amarillo area. You could tell us what you love about the 806. Not to get on a Taylor Beals tangent right out of the chute, but you're a Metroplex guy, right? Yeah, so, and obviously chose to live out here. What do you love about West Texas? I'm not trying to Matt Welsh you here, by the way. I'm just asking.
No, what's funny about it is I was born in Lubbock.
Okay.
So, but we moved to DFW and my grandparents were here. So I spent like my childhood visiting grandparents here. But yeah, so I came to Texas Tech, got a job here in Levelland, actually, like right out of college, teaching and coaching. But I was like, I got to get back to DFW as soon as possible. Like, that was the goal. Like, I like it here. It's cool. It'll be fun to visit, but I got to get back there. And then it's just, I guess you just grow up, you get older, and you realize like there are a lot of people here. Yeah, and just kind of the feeling. Like even now, like I always joke when I go visit my sisters who still live in DFW, like that from Shawshank, Brooks, when he finally gets out of prison and he gets onto the street and he's almost like hit by a car. Like I always send that gif of like if I try to go run an errand or something, I was like, I feel like Brooks who just got out of being institutionalized. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, we've lived in DFW, we lived in Southeast Texas, we've lived here obviously, and it's just like, when it was time that I was going to stop coaching and we were like, let's go settle down somewhere, there was no contest. I just, people complain about the weather here. I like it. People complain about there's nothing to do. I totally disagree. But it's almost like one of those things where you keep those opinions because I like the way it is now. I don't need people thinking, oh, this is a great place to move, great place to live, because it's just one of those funny things. Like it's perfect to me the way it is right here. We don't need a bunch of other people moving here and ruining the vibe we got going on. Yeah, I like the large college town feel of it. I'm a little bit different. I understand your perspective of it as a guy that grew up in the Metroplex, and maybe that. Because trust me, I drive there a lot, and once I get into Denton, I realize this is why I don't like living in a big city. And I was the same way. I wanted to get back to Oklahoma City and work in television, but I think the fact that it kind of, it is a college town, it kind of reminds me of my college days, and clearly that was a fun time for me, and I don't mind living in, I don't want to call it a smaller town. Yeah.
But
that's what's funny is like I always, when we lived in Bryan College Station, I thought it was so unusual just kind of the lack of things. Like because like A&M is a bigger school, so you would assume like Bryan College Station would be bigger, would have more, but because of the proximity to Waco, Houston, DFW, it's like, well, if you really need to go to whatever store or you really need that thing, then you just drive a couple hours and you get it. That's not an option here.
Yeah. So
you have more stuff. But it also seems like you also just have, there's just more of a unique, like I feel like there's more kind of like, you want to go out, like when my friends come and visit, they're always shocked at the amount of like really good local restaurants here. Like it's just little stuff like that. Like they're just like, I never take them to a chain, and I was like, you could never go to a chain and almost never run out of places to eat, and good places to eat here. And I was like, that's not true of every place that people perceive as like a smaller town. So there's just little things like that, like I said, even people from out of town come in, they're just kind of shocked at like, oh, okay, I didn't realize what was going on out here.
And depending on the day, you don't have to sit and have a reservation and wait for a lot of that stuff, right?
Unless some places just opened.
Yeah, but most of the time that's chain, right? And
true.
I think where are they dealing with that? I think it's in Amarillo. They opened a Long John Silver's or something like that.
I saw something about that. Yeah.
Man. Get that excited over a Long John Silver's. What do you like about the 806, Lucas, since I hadn't said hello to you this morning?
Well, it will be 10 years since I moved here.
Yeah.
Nice.
This month. So I moved here in August of 2015. And obviously, I'm from D.C. area, which is significantly
completely different,
a big culture shock moving down here. But my parents are originally from here, so I kind of visited during the summers and whatnot. But I do like the small town feel a little bit. But I think, I know this is kind of cliche, but people are nicer down here.
Oh, without a doubt.
Especially living in D.C. and even Chicago. I've come across some pretty rude people in my life, but living down here, people are nice. If you get stuck in the mud, somebody will come and try to get you out, things like that. And I mean, obviously the best part of moving down here is I met my wife down here. So she's from Smyre, small Texas town. But I think the addition to everything, I think that's the best part of living in West Texas.
It usually comes down to that, what the wife wants to do. So, I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm not going to, and look, I mean, you mentioned people, them being nice, but we made it through that without saying the people, and just and just leaving it at that.
I have a picture saved on my phone from when that infamous Matt Wells moment happened, and Chris Level's face during, like, he just knows things are going poorly, and I screenshotted it, and I send it as like a like an inside joke meme to my friends when you just can't believe what's being said by somebody.
I would like to, give it probably wouldn't be on air, but true serum whatever to Level and just relive that entire moment and see how long. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he did. Yes. He wouldn't let us know on the air, but he might off the air.
Yes.
All right. Again, we've got plenty of actual football stuff, but if you have something about the 806 you love, let us know. We'll share it from the Yates Flooring Center chat line throughout today's show here on the End of the Bench. Headlines coming your way next here on 100.7 The Score.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Is it me? Are we on?
Oh.
Nah, I'm joking. Welcome back to the End of the Bench here on August 6th. Again, we are in the First United Bank studio. You are encouraged to join us via the Yates Flooring Center chat line. And if you so choose, you can dial us up on the Visual Edge IT hotline as well. Lucas loves taking phone calls, 806-771-0973. Hey, at least we don't have tickets to give away, right?
Caller number 8.
Caller, you better watch out. Somebody just joined and are caller number 8, and they're going to immediately call. Go ahead and call in. Maybe we'll put you on unless you're a bullfighter. Then, that's debatable. All right, we teased this a moment ago. We'll go ahead and get to it now. But 136 teams in the FBS, right?
Yes.
That was last check anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That does change.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. And I guess it was is Delaware technically part of the it's so weird, whenever you move up. Well, like at the D2 level, when you move up, you're not part of stuff. You have that probationary period, so you can't win anything. You're not recognized in stats or anything like that. So I didn't know if once you hopped up to the FCS or the FBS level, if you immediately were in the rankings like that. But 136 teams. Of course, I don't have the entire list in front of me because that's how I work. I talk about it and then I can't find the actual list. So as I work to find that, hey, Lucas, send me that list specifically. I'm sure I can probably find it, but I have the nuts and bolts of the entire thing. Texas Tech checking in at number 21, I believe, on this list. And, for as much grief as the schedule gets, the Texas Tech schedule, and how easy it is, if you go to these rankings from CBS Sports, I was kind of surprised at how not bad it actually is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the worst one on the Arkansas Pine Bluff, that's a wash, obviously, so that definitely doesn't help the schedule, but everybody has one of those on their schedule these days. Kent State, though, checking in at 136th, which is the worst in the country.
Was it last year or 2 years ago we played them?
No, Kent State's this year.
Oh, have we not? Oh, I'm thinking of more. Wait, where did?
I know what you're thinking of. 2 years ago,
John Morant played there.
John Morant played it.
Murray
State.
Yeah, because I remember their quarterback was pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember being kind of impressed, and then he got sandwiched by Jalen Hutchings and probably Tony Bradford, and I think that ruined their entire season. It was that's a tough one.
Well, at least you got a payday. Yeah. So Kent State comes here, but that's your only team that's in the 100s, and you can make fun of what appears to be again Arkansas Pine Bluffs in that group as well. But going from there, you want to take a shot in the dark at the worst team left on your schedule, ranking-wise, according to CBS Sports?
Houston's
actually ranked 53rd. You've got four other teams on your schedule that are ranked worse than Houston.
Oregon State
is ranked 75th.
And there's worse than that.
Actually, that's the worst one left on your schedule.
Okay.
You've got UCF is 74.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that.
The Golden Knights are actually the worst ranked Big 12 team.
Scott Frost gonna hang that on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not sold on them being that good.
That's a really interesting situation to me, the Scott Frost thing, because he had a very Cliff-like experience at Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, probably less successful.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then it really sucked that the Cliff thing didn't work here, but Cliff never made a comment, like Scott Frost did, where about how you need to make sure you pick the right job when you leave, and it's just a really interesting, unique situation to be at a place with lower expectations and exceed those. Go to your alma mater where you're beloved with high expectations, fall short, and then go back to that other place that almost now feels more like home than your alma mater. I don't know. It's just a really interesting situation that he's dealing with, but. And
beloved there too, and probably more so than he was during his time at Nebraska. Yeah. And my concern there is, you went 13-0 your first time around, but you weren't playing in the Big 12 conference.
I do think there's something to be said for if you can just get, especially now, in the transfer portal world we live in, if you can just get the guys, SMU and Houston kind of benefit from this.
Yeah.
If you can just get the guys that kind of wash out at Florida State, and Miami, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of how he built the program originally, when he was winning quote unquote national championships. And so if he can keep doing that, they're going to be competitive at the very least. So
Yeah, got the recruiting base, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always do on the college football video game. Start Florida, Texas, or at least make one of those two my pipeline.
Oh yeah,
I'm not dumb.
East Texas or North Texas is always my pipeline.
East Texas is I'm gonna go that route. Let's see who else on here. So I mentioned UCF being the worst Big 12 team. Oklahoma State, actually your next one on the list is your regular season finale, Rich Rod in West Virginia, 65. Oklahoma State ranks 64th by CBS Sports. Who do you think the highest ranked team is on your schedule? Pretty simple. Maybe
Arizona State, Kansas State. Yeah.
Kansas State, Arizona State 11, Kansas State 15, Utah 25, and Kansas 39. I forgot BYU 36, and then Kansas 39.
One thing about BYU is they are one of the biggest droppers.
Yeah.
They dropped 23 spots. And would you consider that just because Jake leaving? Is he worth 23 spots for a BYU team? Or do you think it's kind of a accumulation of different other things?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think, and this kind of goes back to our conversation about polls and watch lists and all this stuff. Last year, they were expected to be bad, and they weren't. They were good, which was going against what all the experts said. And so now I almost think like those polls and those opinions can transfer year to year. Like now they're like, well, last year was an aberration. Like we thought they were going to be bad. They weren't. This is actually when they'll be bad. Like it gets just a further carryover. Like I think that's a part of it too.
Yeah. I wonder what Tulane was, just so you say they dropped 20-plus spots. Tulane's ranked 45th of this thing. I wonder how much they moved up for getting Jake Retzlaff.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not too much.
Yeah,
Tulane's always, like, competitive, or I guess they were under Fritz.
Yeah. My boy Willie Fritz. So the Big 12 has UCF at 74. Two Big Ten teams are ranked below UCF. So a pair of Big Ten teams lower.
Rutgers, Maryland?
Nope.
Oh.
Lucas, you probably looked at the list, but you're not looking for Big Ten teams. You got a shot at the two worst Big Ten teams. One of them you played in a bowl game, kind of a
Northwestern?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have thought Northwestern.
The other one actually had
Purdue.
There you go. I was about to say it had an offensive coordinator with the connection to here for part of last season.
Yeah.
Purdue 92nd in the nation according to CBS Sports.
Purdue's a weird team. like I don't know. They just the roller coaster ride of being a Purdue fan has got to be, because they'll have years where they're good. They're not too long ago.
Good, not great.
Yeah.
The only people I can think of out of Purdue are obviously Drew Brees and Kyle Bowler.
Kyle Orton, right?
Or Kyle Orton, yeah. Sorry, Kyle Bowler. Where did Kyle Bowler go to college?
I don't know.
I just know he was bad for the Baltimore Ravens. That's all I remember for him. The worst ACC teams, Stanford 79, Wake Forest 78, and the worst SEC team, Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State 70. If you're wondering
somebody's got to be last.
There you go. Hey, can only go up, right?
We can hope.
Unless they add more teams, then you'll probably go down. North Texas and Eric Morris 80th. Zach Kidley, FAU 104. Louisiana Tech and Sonny Cumbie 114.
Had a lot of work to do.
And
Liberty's in the 70s.
They'll figure out a quarterback, right? There'll be a good quarterback that will transfer out after this year anyway, so don't worry about it. Sorry. Sad but true. All right, we check the calendar next here on the End of the Bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
End of the Bench rolls on here on 100.7 The Score. We will be followed by the Bottom Line at noon. Then a little bit after that, 3:30, you have Houston Astros baseball as they go for the sweep of the Miami Marlins. Again, 3:30 first pitch for Houston and Miami here. We'll talk a little more Texas Rangers, maybe a little bit later in highs and lows. I don't know that we'll talk much more Astros. Unless you want to talk Astros, you can join us on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Bobby Hot Dogs, El Jefe. We've sent out the bat signal for you. If you give us a reason, maybe we'll talk some Astros. Right now, though, we're going to check the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
All right, gentlemen. It is National Fresh Breath Day.
All right.
I try every day to recognize that, celebrate that. Drinking a lot of coffee probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
Follow that up with a lot of gum, though. Another random one, Wiggle Your Toes Day. Why that's a day.
That seems like the person who put that into existence, I wouldn't trust my kids around them.
Nor would I. Nor would I. I don't know what we're doing to celebrate that other than the obvious. How about this one? I go back and forth on this. It's Root Beer Float Day. I mean,
it's been so long since I've had one. And I'll usually go Dr. Pepper float if I'm going to go float instead of root beer.
Root beer. I used to drink root beer all the time as a kid.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Bluebell has I've tried the ice cream. They have root beer float ice cream. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
See, I would probably rather have root beer float ice cream over an actual root beer float, which might...
It's less work for sure.
Yeah. Can't even remember the last time I got excited about a Bluebell ice cream. I think it had an oatmeal cream pie in it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. It was unique. Again, I don't know why I needed that because I could just eat an oatmeal cream pie, but rather do that than just celebrate wiggling my toes. You got any birthdays for us, Lucas? I know there's a big one, obviously, here on 806.
Right. So, Joey McGuire, birthday. And then we also have David Robinson turning 60.
Let's go.
So
the Admiral.
And then football-wise, we have Kareem Hunt turning 30. And then...
Is he on a team right now? Does anybody know?
I don't think so.
He was on the Browns last.
I think he was. You got back to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, Browns Chiefs, right?
Yeah. And then Seneca Wallace turning 45.
Oh no.
Memorable name right there.
Unfortunately.
What's the first thing you think of whenever you think of Seneca Wallace? Like the next thing that pops in your head, if it was just a word association.
I mean, he was the Iowa State quarterback, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See, my
I
brain...
thought I was missing something at first.
No. Well, okay. you think Iowa State quarterback. My initial thought is I know that part of it, but I think Ricky Saylor.
Okay.
Because he's the poor defensive back that got absolutely destroyed on that run.
Yes.
And I just see that over and over again. Yes. So when I say Seneca Wallace, the next thing I say is Ricky Saylor.
Yes.
So sorry, Ricky Saylor.
Yeah. Hunter Green turning 26, starting pitcher for the Reds that can gun it about 101, 102 miles per hour. A really good young pitcher for the Reds organization but the Reds, being Reds, they'll probably trade him in a year or two. Wilmar Flores turning 34. And then we have Bob Horner turning 68. Atlanta Brave former player.
I know the name.
Yeah.
A little
Figured you had a baseball card of his. And then two individuals that were born on this day, Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy. Mm-hmm. She was born on this day, and John Benet Ramsey was born on this day. Still, that's one of the mysteries that have always kind of intrigued me.
That's one of those
missing people, cold cases.
And you're probably never going to find the answer, but you can certainly find some kind of rabbit hole that takes you to...
Yeah, I was about to say, I think most people think her brother did it and her parents covered for him.
Yeah.
That's kind of the...
Well,
who knows?
And then if you hit the wrong thing on TikTok or whatever, you can find people that say certain, like, current actors are this, again, you watch one video and you pay for it for the next next few days if you don't watch it, and then then you get stuck watching that thing, and you're stuck with it for a month, it seems like. All right, on this day in 1890, Cy Young made his major league debut, throwing a 3-hitter and an 8-1 win for the Cleveland Spiders over the Chicago Colts. He went on to have a decent career.
Yeah.
1952, St. Louis Browns veteran pitcher Satchel Paige becomes the oldest pitcher to throw a complete game shutout. Not just a complete game shutout, a 1-0 win over Detroit in 12 innings.
Wow.
At the age of 46.
Oof.
12 innings for 46-year-old Satchel Paige. On this day in 1952 and 1986, Texas Ranger Toby Harrah hits a grand slam for Texas. Baltimore hits a pair of grand slams in a 13-11 win over the Rangers. The 3 grand slams in one game was a major league record at the time. Has it been passed since then?
Crazy.
Quite possibly. On this day in 2006, Tiger Woods becomes the youngest player to reach 50 PGA Tour wins with a 3-stroke win over Jim Furyk at the Buick Open. He was 30 years old at the time. And on this day in 2016 in Texas Tech history, former Red Raider pitcher Chad Bettis gets win number 10 for the Colorado Rockies, gives up 3 earned runs on 6 hits in 6 innings of work and a 12-6 win over Miami. Entertainment on this day, 1993, The Fugitive.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those that if it comes on, I'm locked in.
That kind of springboarded, at least in my mind, and I was obviously in high school, starting high school at that time. I didn't know who Tommy Lee Jones was until then.
Yeah.
1990, The Sixth Sense made its debut in theaters.
Not 1990.
1999.
Oh,
my
okay.
bad. 1999. My bad.
I watched that way too young.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you watched that, but you're probably
kind of. Man, there's some scenes that really will get to a 9 or 10-year-old.
Yeah. Also on that day, that same day, a completely different movie compared to the Bruce Willis flick. I actually, Haley Joel Osment too, Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah.
Good as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Very good as a bad guy. Mystery Men debuted on the same day as The Sixth Sense. Did you?
I don't know that one.
Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo, William H. Macy, Paul Rubens, Hank Azaria. Wow. They were like fake superheroes.
Oh yeah,
William H. Macy was like a coal miner or something like that. He had a pickaxe and
wow, that really jogged the memory.
Very random movie.
Yeah,
but
I was disappointed. Lucas, it's Ginger Spice's birthday.
Whoa.
I was a fan of her work.
Lucas was too. He just didn't want to let everybody know about it. Music Monday, your favorite Spice Girls songs for Monday. We'll run the whole gamut of their one CD.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were 2. On this day in 2003, Freaky Friday debuted with Jamie Lee Curtis and the other one. What's her name? Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
See, I remember.
It came out this week or last week?
I think it comes out Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they almost planned that.
Yeah.
2008, Pineapple Express.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
There you go. Now we're in Taylor Beadles' wheelhouse.
I graduated in 2008 in high school, and so yes, I was all in on anything Seth Rogen was doing at the time.
Yeah. We got that was the first thing I remember Danny McBride in. So
yeah. Oh man, that's a blast from the past for sure. My wife had never seen Superbad, and so we just watched that like 2 weeks ago, and it still holds up.
Yeah, I think I like Superbad more than Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I did too. That one was like
Express
the year before, I think.
Little weird for me.
Yeah.
2 more. 2015, Vacation with Ed Helms and Christina Applegate, which was on the other night, and I watched it, and I send you guys a screenshot from the roller coaster scene. And do you know why I sent you the screenshot from the roller coaster scene?
No.
Because when they're going up the roller coaster, they're singing Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Okay.
We had a draft of animals, and Lucas took Seal from me. All right, hour number 2 of the End of the Bench. No Seal talk, no Sharknado talk, even though that debuted on this day in 2017 as well. You're listening to the End of the Bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
We've reached the halfway mark here on the End of the Bench. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. David Collier, Taylor Beadles, Lucas White. Thanks to Signature Stag as well. You're not quite wearing Signature Stag. That you look like you're wearing some kind of NASCAR, in its prime NASCAR era hat more than the shirt. Yeah,
it is it's a vintage. It is Scoggin Dickey Performance Parts, Lubbock, Texas.
Got a checkered flag on there.
Yeah.
And the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that from you whenever we came in today.
No.
Taylor Beadles incognito when he walks in today.
That's right.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Didn't want anybody to know he was doing the show with David Collier.
Right. Yeah, probably that was it. Not because my hands were full.
No. Well, yeah. All right, Lucas. You're going to start this off. Well, you'll start strong, and it'll end with a whimper with my 2 or 3 questions, burning questions.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
So there's an article out on CBS Sports that says 8 NFL teams that need preseason the most. I'm not going to name those 8 teams, but just out of your thought process, what is one team that really needs the NFL preseason the most? Whether that's kind of verify a depth chart or kind of seeing a player that's on the fence of being released or kept on the team. What NFL team needs this NFL preseason the most?
Man, I don't know where you stand on preseason as the importance of it. I mean, I know playing the preseason games, obviously Rob Rowe furious that Mike McCarthy wouldn't play starters during, but in these early games, what do you really? I mean, Shedeur Sanders is starting for the Browns, and maybe that's one of them. I mean, we know we're going to get out of the Browns anyway, but when you have like 5 quarterbacks on your roster, you kind of got to thin the herd a little bit at some point. So they're probably one, but they're very insignificant.
Yeah, I was leaning Browns. I was just thinking of like new coaches, new quarterbacks, like Browns, Titans, Jaguars, which is not a new quarterback, but new coach. Yeah, teams like that.
Yeah, it's probably new coach more than anything. Maybe, I mean, you know what you're getting from Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston. I guess Jackson Dart's with
the
Giants, right? Yeah. So maybe something with them, but I don't envision him playing any significant snaps this year unless those other 2 are just absolutely awful. But maybe it's something like that where you have these 2 guys and Jackson Dart actually impresses Brian Daboll, because at this point, if Brian Daboll doesn't have a good year, he's not going to be able to coach Jackson Dart beyond this year anyway, right?
No, definitely not.
So real quick, the list does consist of the Atlanta Falcons, Chicago Bears, Cleveland Browns, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go to the New Orleans Saints. What are your thoughts on, I mean, you mentioned it on Monday that you saw progression from Tyler Shuck with Louisville. Is that something that he can parlay into a start? Because Chris Snead has said that he will purchase a Tyler Shuck jersey if he starts a game this year.
Wow. He may start a game just with injury and the way things go. And that's what's so funny is coaches would always talk about how good he was in practice.
Yeah.
And so that he may earn the job in practice, but it's just hard. I mean, like I did see some growth when he was at Louisville, but I still never saw an NFL quarterback.
Well, to me, seems like he has happy feet.
Yeah.
And I remember Colt McCoy's first game and seeing how he, like, you could physically see his feet chopping. He was so nervous. And I consider Colt McCoy to be a very calm quarterback. The complete opposite is what I think of with Tyler Shuck. Right. I see him tucking and running constantly or just falling down and getting hit. I think Snead's safe there. I hope he's not. I hope he has to purchase that one Tyler Shuck jersey.
Absolutely.
You got any more, Lucas, or am I taking over?
I'll let you do the honors.
All right. I do the honors. All right. Well, in honor of Big Hen, I actually had this one, and I haven't done a burning question, so I just kept this one in my back pocket. If you had to get one person's name tattooed on your body, you lost a bet, and it had to be what person's name, not your wife or your kids or any family members, what name would you get tattooed on your body? Big Hen, obviously, was Zach Kitley on his
Any
person.
name?
Any name. Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
your
have to
choice.
refer to nothing.
No, it has no reference, but it can't be a family member or anything like that.
Virginia.
What?
Virginia.
The name Virginia? See, you found the loophole. You found the loophole right there. Dirk? You would get Dirk?
Yeah.
Now, would you just have somebody do it, or would you try to get the autograph and put the autograph on there?
I'd probably just do just the simple 4 letters. Dirk. Maybe I might get that anyway. That sounds fun.
Maybe you can get some free. You get it look like Dirk West, and you maybe get some free chicken out of it.
There you go.
That might be.
Yeah. There's that famous picture of him. I think it was during the 2011 run where he makes a big 3, and the other team calls a timeout, and in the background of the photo is people, like 4 people holding DIRK signs, and he's giving the German 3.
Yeah. So you can get away with that.
Yeah.
Then I mean, you maybe even get him and that in the background, and then you really don't have somebody's name on you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys both went the smart route. Then you cheated. That shouldn't count. All right, Taylor Beadles, the English guy.
Yes.
The English professor / teacher or whatever. What is your biggest English pet peeve?
Oh, man. That is a good one.
Like, there's got to be something writing-wise, anything.
I mean, when I was, like, teaching high school-wise, what would drive me nuts is reading essays that weren't trying to say anything. It was just all fluff, and we've all written essays like that to meet a word limit or whatever, but just kind of saying the same thing over and over again and not actually saying anything. That was by far the most annoying. Day-to-day life, oh man, it's probably there are just certain mix-ups that people make, and I just immediately question their intelligence.
Yeah.
It's like whether it's a text or like a post online, it's not fair, but I think it comes with the job. I'm just like, yeah, I'm questioning this person now.
So do you think less of people if they can't use the correct punctuation in a text message?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't. Because I'm not a grammar. Like I don't
Well,
really
it's not grammar.
But like if you consistently miss up like there, or where, those kinds of things, I'm starting to question you as a human being.
All right, final one. So I'm sorry, but I'll watch Banana Ball from time to time on the weekends, especially since I can't watch the Rangers. And I think it was a couple weeks ago, they had Joey Chestnut on there, and it was an eating contest. And it wasn't hot dogs. Mm-hmm. It was a banana dog, which you mentioned your Texas food, state fair food, so maybe you would be able to do this. It's a banana on a caramelized New England roll. It was basically like French toast.
Yeah.
With whipped cream, strawberries, and chocolate syrup. He ate 14 in 3 minutes. I'm not gonna. How many do you think you'd eat in 9 innings of a baseball game?
I could probably put down 4 or 5.
So there's no chance of a 9-9.
No. Unfortunately not. 9
banana dogs, 9 coffees, and 9 innings.
No,
I could probably do that.
I don't think I could do it.
Lucas, you would not be able to probably stomach 1 or 2 of those.
If Taylor said 4 or 5, I'll go 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's too much sugar. So it was him against 2. Whatever, it's kind of like the dancers that used to be at Mavs games or whatever, 2 big gentlemen, and he ate 14, and I think they didn't even get to 10.
Wow. Professional.
Yeah. That's why he's the what is it? The mustard belt champion or something, whatever the heck it is.
I don't even know.
I don't know what it is. All right, I do know this. We will be back after the break. Maybe some dudes naming dudes. We'll actually finish up those odds for the top receiver and rusher in the Big 12 Conference as well here on the End of the Bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Back on the End of the Bench, cleaning up a couple more things on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We had talked during Burning Questions, Snead, during Banana Ball. I'm sure you're not a fan of Banana Ball.
I actually, I would go to a Banana Ball game.
Okay.
I kind of like the fact that they've got a whole league of teams.
Yeah.
You know, they got the firefighters, they got the party animals, they got the
Texas,
the trash guys,
tailgaters,
Texas tailgaters,
yeah.
and then they have a team called the Visitors. I love that. The Visitors don't play that often.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd never heard of the Visitors.
They if you look at the schedule, they're only scheduled to play the Bananas a couple of times, and once in Savannah, and once somewhere else. I think in Baltimore.
A couple of weeks ago, I can't remember who they were playing. I think they might have been in Philadelphia, but they had Joey Chestnut there, and he had a banana dog eating contest.
Wow!
So it's a banana in a roll that's basically like French toast, whipped cream, strawberry slices, and chocolate syrup on it. And I said I would put that on the tiny wheel as a punishment. And Kamo says bananas can vary in size, because we were asking how many you could eat. How many of those do you think you could eat in like 9 innings?
Bananas?
Banana dog.
Banana dogs? Yeah, I'm not doing the 999 thing. No. But that's the no. I mean, and I can say this as the reigning hot dog champion here around here. Still
reigning.
Still
like
hot dog champion.
When's the last time we had a hot dog eating contest here? It was at least 10 plus years ago.
Let me go back to my office and check the trophy. I know it also was in the same year that I won the fitness contest. I should also go back and check the trophy on that as well, because they're from the same year, my friends.
See, we need to bring all that back so somebody can beat you. So you can't
exactly.
Use the reigning champion.
And when Hacks was here, Hacks used to talk about, he won the hot dog contest, he won the fitness, he won the karaoke. It ain't bragging if you can do it. I mean, hey, you know what? I'm like Steve Spurrier, man. If you don't want me to talk about it, beat me. How about that?
Well, one thing I don't think we want to talk about is Micah Parsons not signing his contract. Unfortunately, that's
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. He still hasn't signed an extension. I think yesterday's new news was Jerry Jones said he's probably not going to be ready for the season opener.
What?
Shocker there. And I guess there was a mention that they had like a handshake deal. We only bring that stuff up. Obviously, nothing has changed unless something happened on Twitter. I know that you did send me something, and I'll get to that.
Did somebody offer a trade?
Well, there was a proposed trade. The Sporting News and Bleacher Report had this yesterday, and I want your thoughts on this. If you would take it in a heartbeat. Okay, this is what is being proposed by Christopher Knox of the Bleacher Report.
Wait, he's proposing it?
Yes, it's
a team is not called.
No.
Then I don't care.
Well, but I mean, there have been trades where multiple number ones have been swapped for a good player.
Yeah.
So this is what he proposes. The Cardinals send their 2026 first round pick, their second round pick, and their third round pick, along with their 2027 number one and edge rusher Xavier Collins, who is out of Tulsa, and he was a number one pick a couple of years ago. If that was on the board and you're Jerry Jones, are you sending Micah Parsons for all of that?
Where did they finish last year? Were they like 6-10 or 7-10?
Cardinals?
They were kind of in the conversation for the playoffs till late in the season.
Well, what's his name? Gannon. He's been there for a couple of years now since Cliff's been gone.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gannon, that's his name. I think it's his third year. He's a defensive coach. Probably wouldn't mind having Micah Parsons instead of Xavier Collins. I'm not sure what they were a year ago. 2023, they were just 4-13.
Yeah,
there we
go. Talking about 2024.
2024 last year 8-9. There you go.
Yeah, I know they were fairly mid-pack.
So there you go. I mean,
here's what I said. I said this yesterday. I'll say it again right now. Micah, you want to get traded? Congratulations, you're going to the New Orleans Saints. and as the New Orleans Saints offered that same thing, and they don't have to give me an edge rusher. Offer me 3, a 1 and 2 and a 3 in 26, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 in 27, and you're going to be a Saint. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I do have a short list of teams that may pay for a Micah Parsons trade. The list consists of the Jets, the Bears, the Commanders, the Raiders, Ravens, Bills, and Chargers.
Bills, Ravens, Chargers, Rams need not apply. Anyone short of the Jets, so like Saints, Jets, anyone last place, anyone who's going to have a high first-round pick the next couple of years, yeah, we're talking. And Micah Parsons, you don't have a no-trade clause because you're on your rookie deal, so you're going to get traded to somewhere crappy. And you're going to like it because be careful what you ask for because guess what? You just might get it. Don't think the Cowboys are going to do you any favors if you demand to be traded. Guess what? We're going to trade you somewhere, we being the Cowboys, Jerry and Steven, and they might mess this up, but they're going to trade you somewhere that's going to benefit them. It's not going to benefit you. They don't care. Heck, I'm going to send you to the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves if they'll give me their first-round pick. And you can languish out there in the Aleutian Islands for all I care.
Lucas sent me this text as well, and this won't happen, like you said, because they obviously always have the potential to be good. Aaron Donald apparently took to social media and said that he would consider coming out of retirement to join the Rams if they were to trade for Micah Parsons.
Why does anyone think the Cowboys would do Micah Parsons any favors?
Yeah.
If he gets traded? I mean, in fact, as a guy on his rookie deal, when you have no leverage, the only leverage you have is your game, and you're not currently displaying your game as you're sitting over there in your hold-in, your non-holdout. You're not displaying anything to anybody, but all you can do, all you have right now is your game.
Yeah, but I think anybody and everybody thinks once he's out there, he's going to be ready to go, right? I mean, his game.
Sure.
I mean, you're not. What would the odds be?
I'm not beholden, and this is why I said it was dumb for the Cowboys to pay Dak. That's why I said it was dumb for the Cowboys to pay CD. Because, NFL players, save a few, Tom Brady guys in their NFL, the average career is like 3.4 years. I mean, most guys don't get to their second contract.
Yeah.
And when you get to your second contract, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And, most guys don't get to their second contract. Even fewer than that get to their third contract. So, as fans, don't fall in love with players. Players don't love you.
Yeah.
Those players are only there because they got drafted to be there or they signed a contract to be there. They don't love Dallas. They don't love Philadelphia. They don't love Baltimore, all your favorite, or San Diego. You think Justin Herbert loves San Diego? He probably does love San Diego. That's a great place to live.
Yeah, I was about to say, I might
that's
love
a great
San
place
Diego
to live.
if I got to live there with that money.
With some money, I would probably fall in love with San Diego, La Jolla area. That'd be great. But, the fact of the matter is, these players don't love your team, your town, the way you do. They're employees. Micah Parsons, you're employee number 11.
Yeah.
I mean, the second that is a better offer, a better chance to be somewhere else, they will be somewhere else. And that's what, we translate this into the college game, this is what we've come to for college. Darian Williams, loved you, dude, while you were here, but you decided you wanted to go sign a contract with NC State. Love you, dude. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye. Do not care anymore. And I got new guys to cheer for this year. Don't know all their names yet. Yeah. I didn't know your name when you came off the bench in your sophomore year. Who's that 5 guy from Nevada? Oh, he's pretty good. I'll fall in love with somebody else this year, and then that guy will leave. But I just don't allow myself to wrap myself in all these guys' drama. And so, Micah, you don't want to play? Fine. We sucked with you last year. We can suck without you. So stay over there on the sideline. Don't get paid. I don't care. What do I care?
I agree. I appreciate your candor there.
No, that's 56 years of fandom just to get to the point where I've got other things to worry about in my life than whether Micah Parsons gets disrespected by Jerry Jones over only getting paid $21.6 million. What? only getting paid sorry, I inflated $21.3 million this year. I'm so sorry that they have insulted you. How can you possibly feed your family on that kind of pittance of a salary? What are we doing here? I mean,
I wish I could get to your level. I got a couple more years, and I'm not making fun of you being old. Trust me, I long for the Baron Mortons and the John Currys of college football, and unfortunately, I just named two, and I don't know that I can name many more on the Texas Tech roster that grew up wanting to play with the Red Raiders, as opposed to knowing they can get a lot of money with the Red Raiders. All right, 30 minutes left here on the end of the bench. Get your questions in now for Ask the Benchwarmers. Coming up after the break, we talk Taj Brooks. He makes his Bengals preseason debut tomorrow. We'll get our thoughts on how he'll do coming up next.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Final segment here on the End of the Bench. Ask the Benchwarmers. We'll go to a couple of comments first from Old Razzle Dazzle Snead. My family and I went to Maui a while back. Got up at 3 in the morning one day while we were there to go to the top of a volcano to watch the, quote, best sunrise in the world. Spent 2 hours going to the top. We were there with like 200 people. It was dead quiet. All the people started to watch the sunrise, and my dad blurts out, "Sunrise at my house in Wilson, Texas is better than this crap." It was hilarious. We definitely have it good here.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm sure a lot of people there, all 195 of the other people were frustrated. And we'll never see a sunrise.
The fact that you had to go to a top of a volcano, I didn't open my back door.
Yeah, right. I think from Kamo, I think the losing would have trumped Wells' reply, even if it was good, and he would have been fired, even if he had gushed about Lubbock, Texas. Which is probably the case.
But the fact of the matter is, he was losing, and he couldn't say, he couldn't just You say, what do you love about Lubbock, Texas? The people, man. People are great.
Yeah, just expound on
this area, the weather's great. Hey, you get bad weather, but yeah, for the most part, awesome around here. The food, got one of everything, man. Hey, what kind of food do you want to eat? You want a steak? You want Mexican? Hey, great Thai community around here to get food. I mean, there's all kinds of food.
I will say this, not to defend Matt Wells. He doesn't seem like a guy that eats Thai food.
You don't say that. Hey, you can't get a better steak anywhere in the state of Texas. Barbecue is off the chain. How hard would that have been to say?
No, I agree.
I mean, that's why dude. And man, Matt, I liked you, dude. I liked you a lot. But come on, man. When I'm sitting there listening to that, I'm like, dude, just say the people.
I will say this. One of Matt's strong suits was probably not that part.
But, he did all
and unfortunately, you need to have that to an extent as a head
things.
Coach.
He did all the right things. He was at all the events.
Yeah.
He was supported all the right galas and the causes. And, he started a scholarship. He started a scholarship over at the Alumni Association that we gave away one time, and then he got fired.
I had no problem with Matt Wells. I know the shortcomings and everything like that, and we've talked about it with Bro here on the show. He was kind of ahead of the game, going heavy in the transfer portal before it was a cool thing.
He kind of had to.
And that's what I'm saying. He had to do it, but he hit on a couple people.
Yeah, he did.
This from your buddy Bullfighter in response to you winning everything. The only contest, or the only contest you won? I'll come out and beat you again.
I finished second place. I mean, he keeps wanting to brag about losing to him and beating a guy that's 14 years older than him, had 2 bad arthritic knees, and I only finished 4 steps behind him. That's okay. I mean, hey, I just did the QC Kinetics. Knees are getting back in shape here. Yep. Hey, Bullfighter, that race might be on again next year. We didn't do it again this year because of my arthritic knees, but I'm in the treatment right now. So when the knees start to feel it again, you and me, buddy, foul pole to foul pole. And I might even wear my Tyler Shuck jersey.
I'm disappointed we didn't get any song requests on the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
Nobody wants to hear my raggedy ass voice.
I don't know. You just randomly start belting stuff out sometimes on the bottom line. Maybe you just gotta get ready for the in between these shows. You can get ready. We'll take all the requests in the next show as well. Bottom line comes up next. Next is choice.
I don't know, but I'm sitting in his seat, and I'm not giving it up.
That's going to be the best part about this. I might just sit in this chair just to see what he does whenever he comes in here.
That's not true. He's going to tell me to move, and I'm going to move.
Yeah, probably.
Unless I don't.
Either way, it'll be good
pretty
radio.
happy right here.
You're going to fill an entire segment just on that argument. Kamo here, the reality is Shuck will likely break his clavicle in preseason, be out the entire season, and save Snead.
I mean, Camo's not wrong. History tells us that.
No, you're right. And if that happens, then you're stuck with Spencer Rattler, which
I'm not a Saints fan.
No, I'm just saying the Saints in general. all of our listening audience that loves Saints football. What did you think of the Rangers win last night?
You know what? I turned it on, and then I flipped over to something else for a second, and I never came back to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't really miss a lot.
I know.
You missed great pitching.
I love watching Nathan Eovaldi pitch because he is he's kind of an old school guy.
Yeah.
Just here I'm I'm a 3-pitch guy. I'm not going to do anything crazy, and just here it is, and kind of hit it.
I don't know if you heard the stat earlier in the show, which is absolutely ridiculous. And like you mentioned, I don't think we realize how good he has been, but he has given up 1 run or less in 13 of his last 14 starts. And in the modern era, only one other pitcher has done that, and it happened in 1968, and it was Bob Gibson.
Oof.
Now, this excludes openers, but, openers really...
That's
Bob Gibson,
rare
Nathan
air
Eovaldi.
right there.
Yeah. Jock Peterson goes 2 for 2, gets on base with 2 walks as
Who's
well.
the new guy? It's like getting another trade guy, like a late season trade. Cleared waivers, and he was able to trade him for nothing.
Yeah.
Cash obligations.
Make up for the entire first 100-plus games of the season.
Oh, gosh, brutal.
Yeah. Josh didn't play last night. I'm sure, I don't know. Do we know if a lefty's going for the Yankees in Game 3 of that series tonight?
It's Carlos
Rendon. I'm not sure if he's a lefty or not.
There's only something we can use to look stuff
I know.
up like that.
If only we knew of a way to get that. You can listen to the Rangers tonight on Double T 97.3, or actually this afternoon. That's right. We got a couple of afternoon baseball games. Getaway day for the Yankees, Rangers. Yankees 1 o'clock start.
Carlos
over
Rodon
on
is
Double
left-handed
T 97.3.
pitcher.
There you go. So I would guess Josh.
11-7 and a 3.34 ERA.
Josh will be in the lineup for that one.
91 hits, 156 Ks, 52 walks, and kind of an alarming 19 home runs given up. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is batting 6th today.
Yes, the lineup's already out. There you go. That's about where he probably should be. Move him up a little bit. What did you think of the game on? I know you probably talked about it, but I haven't talked to you about it because it's the first time we've done a show together.
Uh-huh.
The one thing that I always thought about Josh here, he had one, I guess, at the Oklahoma State game.
Walk-offs?
Yeah,
the clutch gene.
The clutch.
Well, Josh is actually, I don't know if he's not clutch. He just hadn't, some guys kind of find themselves in those situations a lot. But I've always thought Josh was a guy that handled pressure fairly well. I mean, I think Monday night, he probably took it too hard that they walked.
Oh, without a doubt.
Said, okay, we'll watch this. Hey.
Knew Jamie Lent was in the stands. No, that was against his favorite team growing up. I mean, the whole gamut there. No, and I'm not saying that he's not clutch. I was following along and selfish reasons because I was getting close to showtime.
Yeah, I was pulling into the garage.
Yeah,
I was driving back from Midland, and pulled in the garage, and I stayed in the car to hear that bat.
Yeah,
and it's good.
I was fine. I was sitting there going, I was doing the math. I was like, man, he could potentially get up with the potential to win this ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Camo on the H Flooring Center chat line, and Eovaldi not an all-star, complete ignorance.
Well, I get it. He was out, and the fact that he's still hasn't qualified on innings yet, or maybe he qualified now to be in the ERA race. He didn't qualify on innings, and he's down there. He would be like top 5 ERAs, but he didn't qualify on innings. But I believe when they said he wasn't going to be an all-star, I was like, well, okay, sure.
Bullfighter, just let me know when you're ready, old man. Just kidding.
It'll be next season.
Just kidding, he says.
It's okay.
Another one wanting to know, when you do karaoke, Snead, do you just sing or do you sing and dance?
I just sing, man. I'm not a sideshow man. I just get up there and sing.
That's from Mr. B. You don't dance?
No. I'm not on America's Got Talent, man. This is just singing. Get up there and sing the songs, man. What do they say about karaoke? Karaoke about 2 things: being really bad or being really good.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I'm too chicken to do it.
No in between on that.
We had karaoke at our Christmas party last year. I got this close to doing karaoke for the first time.
The Rainbow?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, it's like I left way too early then.
Nope. I'll invite you to sing for me at our Christmas party next year at the TV station.
I love it.
And I'll take all the credit. Snead, thanks for the hour.
Absolutely.
And enjoy Choice or whoever's next on the bottom.
I have no idea. Actually, I don't know who is next. I don't think it's Choice.
You know what? I bet it's Jeff McGuire. He was getting all gussied up.
He's sitting over there then.
Thanks, Snead. That's the end of the bench.
All right.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.